Let's go Ravens! The energy around the Baltimore Ravens right now is electric, and I've got a lot to unpack for you. The Ravens are coming off a pivotal offseason and an extremely promising 2025 NFL draft, and for the first time in a long time, there's a real sense that this could finally be the year Lamar Jackson and the Ravens deliver on all the hype, silence every critic, and bring a Lombardi trophy back to Baltimore. The buzz is loud, the confidence is real, and you're going to want to hear exactly why. But before we dive in, make sure you've smashed that like button, but only if you're a real deal Ravens fan who's been riding with the flock for over 20 years. And if that's you, my heart bleeds purple and black. The first massive reason why fans should believe in this team starts with defensive coordinator Zack Core. This is year 2 for him, and let's be honest, he didn't get off to the hottest start last season. For the first 10 weeks, the Ravens' pass defense was statistically one of the worst in the NFL. They were ranked as low as 32nd in several categories. But something clicked. Over the final 7 games of the season, that same unit transformed into a dominant force, ranking first, second, and consistently in the top tier in multiple pass defense metrics. And a big part of that turnaround? It was finally getting into a rhythm. He made the necessary adjustments, showed real growth, and now in his second season, there's genuine belief that this defense could take another big step forward. If you were critical of Zack early but liked what you saw at the end, give him his flowers. He earned it. Now let's talk about the shiny new weapons where has to work with Malaki Starks and Mike Green. These two could be immediate game changers for Baltimore's defense. Starting with Malaki Starks, this guy is the definition of versatility. He can line up all over the field, nickel, strong safety, free safety, even near the line of scrimmage. And he's not just talented, he's a leader. At rookie minicamp, he was already commanding the huddle, declaring, "Guys, this is my defense." That kind of presence from a rookie, that's special. His arrival also frees up Kyle Hamilton. Hamilton is now back to being the Swiss Army knife of this defense, able to move all around the field, including playing that slot DB role. This gives the Ravens insane flexibility on defense and allows Marlon Humphrey to return to his natural outside corner spot, further solidifying the secondary. As for Mike Green, just wow. Statistically, the best pass rusher in football last season. A 91.4 pass rush grade, 90.2 in run defense, 90.9 in pass sets, and a ridiculous 20.2% win rate on his pass rush snaps. That means on 1 out of every 5 attempts, he was beating his man clean in under 2.5 seconds. That's elite, and it's exactly what the Ravens' front 7 needed. The sack numbers might fluctuate, but the pressure and disruption will be constant, and that alone can change the outcome of games. And it's not just about the defense. Lamar Jackson finally gets a different type of wide receiver this year in DeAndre Hopkins. While opinions were mixed at first, here's the reality. Hopkins is a perfect fit. He's a proven red zone threat. He's clutch in contested catch situations, and most importantly, he's not a diva. For just $5 million, the Ravens picked up a guy who had only 2 drops last season and a plus 7.2% catch rate over expected. That's top 18 in the NFL. If you watched any of his games last year, especially against Kansas City, you saw him make circus catches while double covered, getting hit, one-handed, and all of it in high-leverage moments. He's bringing exactly what Lamar has been missing, a reliable weapon inside the 20. Baltimore was top 10 in drops last season with 27. Hopkins helps fix that immediately. While the defense and receiving core are getting a lot of attention, we can't ignore what's happening on special teams. Yes, Justin Tucker is out, and it's the end of an era. But if we're being brutally honest, Tucker wasn't at his best last season. He was 32nd in the league in field goal percentage, only made 62.5% from 40 to 49 yards, and 54.5% from 50-plus yards. In 3 different losses, missed kicks drastically changed the game situation late. Enter Tyler Luke. This kid has a cannon for a leg. Videos show him hitting from 62 and 65 yards out. He's raw, sure, but the potential is sky high. And the fresh start could be exactly what this special teams unit needs. No distractions, no legacy pressure, just a kid focused on becoming the next great kicker in Baltimore. And finally, let's not forget the offensive firepower still in place. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Zay Flowers were one of the most explosive trios in the NFL in 2024. Lamar posted 5,000 total yards and 45 touchdowns. Henry delivered 2,000 total yards and 18 touchdowns. Zay Flowers added 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns of his own. Together they accounted for 67 total touchdowns. That's insane. Added an offensive line that, while not perfect, still features promising players like Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Falale, and Andrew Voorhees, and the unit as a whole looks solid. Then there's Todd Monken, the man behind it all. After ranking first in expected points added per pass, first in yards per game, and second in touchdowns scored, he earned his contract extension. He designs plays that put Lamar in a position to succeed, and Lamar delivered with career highs across the board, including 4,000 passing yards and just 4 interceptions. Monken and Jackson are dialed in. So Ravens fans, what do you think? Are you starting to believe this could be the year? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you trust in the new defensive stars, the veteran presence of Hopkins, and the fresh legs of Tyler Luke? Let's keep going with part 2 of this deep dive, because there's still more to unpack, and I'm not done making the case that 2025 could be the year. Now, while everyone's eyes are glued to the headline names, Lamar, Henry, Hopkins, it's the depth and developmental growth that might be the real X factor for this Ravens team. Let's talk about the offensive line again. Yes, the spotlight tends to hit the skill positions, but we all know games are won in the trenches. Tyler Linderbaum is already one of the best young centers in football. He's quick, smart, and has been a stabilizing force in the middle. But the Ravens are also banking on growth from players like Daniel Falale and Andrew Voorhees. These are not just placeholders, they're guys with real potential to become high-level starters. If they take that next step, especially in terms of pass protection and zone run fits, this offense could become nearly impossible to stop. And it's not just on offense. The entire organization has been reshaped with a mindset of sustained aggression. General Manager Eric DeCosta has done a brilliant job balancing veteran signings like Hopkins with explosive draft picks like Malachi Starks and Nate Wiggins. Speaking of Wiggins, his role in the secondary should not be overlooked. He brings elite speed and fluidity to a position that desperately needed youth and depth. With Marlon Humphrey returning to his natural outside spot and Wiggins developing behind him or potentially even pushing for snaps, the Ravens now have coverage flexibility they simply lacked last year. Don't underestimate how important that'll be when going up against the AFC's top passing attacks. There's also something we need to address that nobody's really talking about: team culture. This locker room wants it. You can feel it. When you hear a rookie like Malachi Starks step up and say, "This is my defense," when you see Lamar Jackson constantly brushing off MVP snubs and saying the only trophy that matters is the one in February. When veterans like Derrick Henry join the team not for a paycheck, but for a chance to win it all, that's culture. That's hunger. That's a locker room with one mission and no excuses. And when you've got that kind of collective buy-in, magic can happen. And we have to talk about Lamar Jackson again. Because for all the debates about playoff wins and can he win the big one, the truth is this: he was flat out sensational in 2024. Over 4,000 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, just 4 picks, a career-high 8.8 yards per attempt. He's not just a runner anymore. He's a full-field quarterback, capable of making every throw. And now, with a red zone weapon like Hopkins, a monster in the backfield like Henry, and Flowers continuing to develop into a legit WR1 threat, this is the most complete set of tools Lamar has ever had in Baltimore. If this offense stays healthy, defenses are going to have serious problems all year long. The AFC isn't going to be easy. There's Kansas City, there's Cincinnati, there's Buffalo, there's Miami. But if the Ravens can stay focused and continue building on the momentum from the second half of last season, they can absolutely beat anyone. The defense is young, fast, and aggressive. The offense is loaded with talent and guided by a proven play caller. And the special teams, even with a rookie kicker, might be better positioned than most people think. Look, there are no guarantees in this league. Every year brings injuries, surprises, and disappointment for 31 teams. But right now, the Ravens have something they haven't had in a while: legitimate balance on both sides of the ball, star power at key positions, and a quarterback in his prime with everything to prove. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Can this Ravens team finally get over the hump? Do you believe this defense can take that next step under Zack Core? Will DeAndre Hopkins be the missing red zone piece Lamar's always needed? Let me know in the comments. And if you're still watching, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the video on the screen right now for more deep Ravens analysis. Until next time, go Ravens!